final performance of two local musicians.
Mortimer Alpert's face should be a roadmap of his life, but his face is expressionless. It's his music that's full of expression. It's his music that tells his story. At times, the music is frantic and fast-paced, very much like Mort's life back in the 60s, when times were tough for classical musicians in this town. A time when you had to work 3 jobs just to make it.
You'd get up in the morning at 6:30, 7 o'clock to go down and pick up a cab.
In order to support his family, he drove a cab in the morning and he worked in a nursery in the afternoon. And he played his music at night. All 3 jobs added up to an interesting day back in 1965.
I was called to go to pick up. Actually, it was my dentist. And I took him to his office.
Later that day, Mort was working at the nursery.
Who walked in with the dentist and his wife, and they wanted to pick up some roses for their house. And he looked at me, you know. He said he saw me in the morning. I said, well, you know, this is what I do. It's part of the time.
Then Mort performed that evening, and you guessed it, in the audience that night was the dentist and his wife.
And they couldn't believe their eyes. I went in for a treatment after that. I mean, to see them. And he said it's one of the weirdest things he'd seen.
Needless to say, Mortimer has seen and done a lot in his 80 years. He has dedicated almost 65 of those years to playing with the symphony and the former Kansas City Philharmonic. But on this day, he's preparing for his final performance. And like Mort, Norman Hollander was here even before there was a symphony. He came to Kansas City 48 years ago when he joined the old Philharmonic. On this day, he's getting ready to hang up his bow and take his final bow. He will be the soloist, sitting beneath the spotlight one final time.
Over the years, I mean, it's been 48 years. If you're realistic, you can be aware of your own progress. And I just feel that my playing at this point in my life is far better than it was at that time when I came here.
The symphony will find someone to sit in Norm's chair, and they will certainly find someone to pick up a violin and take Mort's place as well. But once these men leave this stage, you get the feeling that a part of the symphony's past will vanish too.
There are touching tributes to the men who touched so many for so many years. Then a night of music. Music that sums up their careers. It's sweeping, grand, and brilliant. And there is a thunderous end to this song, just as you can sense there will be a thunderous end to this night, as 2 careers intertwined with the symphony come to a close. Later, Norman looks to the balcony, lost in thought, waiting for his final solo performance. The music is sad and mournful. It's as if the symphony itself is expressing its loss. Then a beautiful ending to a song and a career. Silence. Then a round of applause, followed by a broad smile and a loving embrace. Then a standing ovation, the fans giving back to the men who gave so much and who gave it their all one last time. For Focus 4,
While
I'm Mike
Norm and
Walter.
Mort have left the symphony, they're certainly not retired.
That's right. They both continue to play music, only now it's on the schedule that they make.